Brave tarnished, rise. Today you will witness a battle to the death. Behold. It's not Elden Ring, it's just me. Silly. So yeah, today we're at Scarborough Castle. There's Scarborough Castle. Total Elden Ring vibes. I'll have a look around the castle in a minute. But first, there's a battle.
We're back here in the main arena, Marshall, for the sword fighting section. This is where we will get to see the weapons as our knights will
Hello. How you doing? All right.
Against each other.
Good.
1-on-1. So 12 o'clock, we're dressing the knights.
Get your armour here.
12 o'clock, back here in the main arena for the sword fighting section of today's night tournament. Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Cabbages.
It's very similar to the
Hello, you're right. What are you making?
ale.
You're making an ale?
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
That's
Takes a while, but
best answer you could have given there.
I'm making sort of a medieval sense of humour.
A medieval sense of humour dish.
It's a recipe called train roast, but what it really is mock entrails.
Okay.
So really expensive ingredients, all imported, expensive ingredients. So figs, dates, raisins, almonds, threaded onto a piece of string. I'm then going to wrap it around the spit in front of the fire and pour a spoon of batter over it, which again is going to be spiced with beautiful spices and sugar and coloured with saffron, all incredibly expensive ingredients.
Saffron is still expensive.
It is indeed, yeah. And once all that's cooked, it'll be served up and it looks like intestines.
Lovely stuff. Happy days.
If you imagine, because obviously this is very high status stuff.
Oh yeah.
Serving something like that at the end of a beautiful feast. People can be confused as to why they're suddenly getting
Little bit, yeah.
Intestines, and then
Very
we cut
cool.
into it. It's all these beautiful things instead.
Love it.
So yeah,
That's very cool.
joke food.
Joke food. I'm sure it tastes wonderful.
So I'm soaking almonds at the moment so that I can thread them on without them splitting.
It's a good idea. Yeah. Oh, thanks very much for that.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Hello, you're right.
So we're all family of games. There's one called Three Man's Mower.
This all looks very intricate.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the wax to melt so that I can make some candles,
Ah,
dip some candles.
sharing the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was played with 3 pieces, and again, just on a much smaller board. And the idea is, again, you're just trying to make a line of 3. So again, you put them on in turn, and then you move them one space at a time, try and make that line 3. And maybe on the next line 3 is the winner. So this is 3 Man's Morris, this is 9 Man's Morris. There's a version called 16 Man's Morris, which had an extra row. and things. But again, the idea is they're really...
Does it matter where you start the stones? Then?
No, not at all. It's just up to where you want to...
It's a bit like lots of crosses.
Exactly.
You put it where you want.
Yeah, yeah.
You put it on one at a time then?
Yeah, in turn, one at a time.
Yeah.
But it's just... It's really...
And the other person's got to try and block it.
Or make a line of three themselves, it's very...
I get that now,
Yeah, it's very, like I say, Connect 4 is the closest thing, or noughts and crosses.
I have to make one.
Yeah, but if you look up Merrill's or Nine Man's Morris on the Google, you'll see the boards and the descriptions and things, what they look like, but yeah.
Do you think those games like Connect 4 was based on this then, maybe?
Oh yeah, I mean, Connect 4 is very much a modern game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Merrill's was, well, you always find it in games compendiums still, basically. It's always that game that nobody knows what to do with it and things, but it is there. And really these board games are all very popular, the dice games, but the thing that really stops them being as popular in the late medieval period and going into the early modern period is playing cards. So playing cards, again, simple pack here, in the bag. Playing cards before the printing presses started, very expensive to make things out of paper, and you couldn't really do them, but the printing presses start and then it makes it easier to make playing cards. So cards start...
Oh wow!
Yeah. So these would have been, they were made on a stamp basically, which stamped, and then they would have had basically a stencil which they put over, which they just coloured in over the stencil and things. So these are really early, so you can see the images. Not quite. You've got the hearts, and these will become clubs. These will become spades eventually, and somewhere in here there's the there are acorns as well, so which become and so what you have, it's again medieval card games, and they only go to 12. It's 1 to 12, so it's 1 to 9 in the and then the three picture suits are your 10, 11, 12, and basically you have a squire, a king, and a knight. Sort of thing. So they make. So there's no queen as yet, basically. So, but these come really. They start in the French court. So. And they come because they've got tarot cards. Now tarot cards they're not illegal to own tarot cards because doctors use tarot cards to see the future, and they're allowed to do it as medical professionals because they need to see what ailments you might get or what to look at the future, see what your ailments you're going to get. So they're the only people allowed to do it, because they lived in a society where everything was preordained. Everything that was going to happen was already programmed, if you like, which is very strange. We moved away from that. So they weren't looking to see random future. The pattern was known when you were born. So their doctors were very interested in astrology and things like that as well, because what star sign you were born, when you were born, would indicate what illnesses you would be might flare up and things. So doctors were allowed to see them, to use them to see the future. So, but if
the wood will go like that, it will split open down those lines. So you could turn the lines the other way, so the lines are this way, and when you put the knock in, it's going against the lines. Well, it splits, great. But even still, a powerful bow could split the wood. So what you do instead is you put a piece of horn in there, and you put the horn against the grain lines, so it's pushing against those lines this way, so it's strong. And then you cut the groove for your arrow into the horn, so when you shoot the bow and push the string meets the arrow, it's pushing against the horn, which is pushing against the grain, which pushes the arrow, stops it splitting. That's the horn.
I think like one use when you shoot, if you were to shoot them at a person.
You don't want them coming back.
Could you go on afterwards and
you could, and I will show you in a second how that was stopped.
Oh, right, okay.
Because These were made separately to these. So you'd have an arrowsmith making the arrow points, and you'd have a fletcher who would make the arrow shaft and the fletchings. These are called fletchings. They all come off the same wing, so they all bend that way. It doesn't matter if it's right or left, but what you want is them all going that way. Because what happens when the arrow goes for the air, it rifles. And as we know from rifling in guns,
Something's cooking.
it does feel like rubber. It's very sticky. It's very, and the idea is
There's the cabbage.
Is that all right there?
This is just water, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just water, yeah.
She cooking cabbage, cooking some soup.
Okay. Yeah, but in the pots we have this one. It's just loosening up a bit, but this is going to be pork and chicken, which is cooked in red wine, spiced red wine. So it's almost mulled with cinnamon and nutmeg.
Right.
And this is a mashed peas, sort of like a peas pudding with peas you don't get too often these days because we always like the nice little green ones, but they typically be more white or yellow.
Oh, are they? Okay. Are they all like mashed together? Are
Yes,
they?
yeah.
Mashed, mashed peas.
It was pre-prepared because it's quite a lot of work doing it, and especially when in the heat with the fire.
Sure.
So we'll pre-prepare our stuff and bring it along for warming up.
But this is how it was all prepared back in the day.
Absolutely, yeah. The food especially has a lot of mix of sweet and savoury, which we don't do too much these days. So, like I say, the wine's spiced with cinnamon and some other spices. The last event we did, I did some whole chickens, which were stuffed with grapes. So it was a really nice mixture, and the food's always really good. Obviously, there's quite a few of us to feed here, so yeah.
That's nice.
I presume they wouldn't have had as many sweet things as we have.
Not so much. The sweet dish we do have for afters is it's essentially a sort of rice pudding. Cooked. There wasn't so much cow's milk, but this one's cooked with almond milk, which was quite common. So it's cooked with that with a bit of some honey in to sweeten it off.
Nice.
So that'll be for afters as well. Like I say, the mixture of sweet and savoury. So under the lemon there is what's called an Emmenday tart, which is a sort of cheese and egg quiche.
Yeah, hurts when you get kicked on the shins, doesn't it? In football, so you wear shin pads. We do the exact same thing. We wear greaves around the front of our shins. Then we head up onto the knees. These parts here are called pollines, and that part there is called the cuisse. Okay, now the pollines, they protect your kneecap, but also you'll see they've got that lovely petal shape on the back as well. Now the reason for that, there's certain parts of your body where you can't have any armour at all. The back of your knees is that one place, as well as the inside of your elbows. And the reason for it is if you got anything behind your knees, when you bend your leg, it's going to get in the way of your movement of your legs, so we can't do that. It's because of how often we wear our armour. You see, what's going to happen, you're going to see Sir Robert here, he's going to put his arms through his sleeves like so. The first thing you'll do is just kind of manipulate his arms a little bit, just to try and make sure it's all in the right place. He was wearing this yesterday. He was wearing it the day before. He was wearing it the day before. Those knots are all really nice and tight. So he's going to know if anything slipped from the second he's be able to put them on. So whilst we would not do this back in the Middle Ages, the only reason we are able to do
The Marshal will be here in the arena with our knights. So his word is law. Right, it looks like we are in line. Coming first is the arena, wearing green, representing the West, Sir William Talbot! Sir William, accompanied by Squire Izzy. Squire Izzy did very well in the archery round this morning. Talbot will want to make sure that he can lay down a marker. Next, wearing blue, representing the North, Sir Robert Double-On! Sir Robert Double-On has found some aid here. He is being inspired and helped by Libby. I do hope she realises what happened to his previous squire and she won't hold it against him. Next is the arena, wearing gold, representing the East, Sir Thomas Boynton! Now watch out for Sir Thomas here. He is an expert soldier with all forms of weapons. And last but not least, the fans' favourite, wearing red, Sir James Aubrey! Oh, and the boos ring out for Sir James Aubrey! But he eats it, he will feed off your boos! Gentle salute there from James Aubrey. Sir James! Right on!
That is not how knights fight! Let me show you all how a true knightly honour fights with a great sword! Heroics! Do you accept the challenge?
Good heavens, you're vanilla!
So heading up Scarborough Castle to the very, very top and or as high as we can go. The sun's gone in now, so it's a bit more comfortable. Some stunning views of Scarborough from up here. See the old tiling here.
That would be quite cool.
I think we can go in here. I'm not sure what's in here, but let's have a look. If this was a game, there'd be a chest in here.
Do you have a night mode?
Yeah, it's not great, is it? It's the bloody...
Yeah, just this light
It's the sunlight,
yeah.
isn't it? Do you want to take a picture of you? Or?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Mark that around, Gabe. The gentleman can get us a picture.
A portal in this light. There we go.
I'll try my best for you.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Sorry.
Sorry. You do have a seat. Quickly.
hide your stuff in there. It's the sound of me trying not to fall. Access denied. So from here you can see all the way up to Ravenscar. Stunning. Lots of people on the beach today. Good day for it. So that Scarborough Castle. Very awesome. I really want to go up there, but I'm not allowed. I imagine there's not a lot up there apart from that. Don't fall in there. Just pop it. Let's go on a venture up to this tower. There's the castle. There's a little kids event going on down there. Kids sword fighting. Kids sword fighting. Proud English heritage flag. From here you can literally see Scarborough South Bay, the headland that we're on now, and then Scarborough North Bay. You probably struggle to get a better view of Scarborough than from up here.
Civilization. It is! It is! Oh
my... Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Feel free to provide some music for the tournament. That is great.
All the proper hardware.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
back home now. I ran out of battery. My camera ran out of battery. It was about the time I was going anyway. So yeah, that was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed that event at Scarborough Castle. Please, 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 please subscribe. Give the video a like. The Whitby video it's got like 1.6 thousand views now. Wow, unbelievable. But yeah, please do give a like and a subscribe. It helps me out immensely. Leave a comment. People have been leaving comments and I love it. I love reading them. I love replying to them. So if you leave a comment, I'll reply to it. So yeah, thanks very much. Check out my other videos. I go to Skipsea, I go to Hornsea, I go to Beverley. Again, there's the Whitby one where I'm on the Galleon Andalusia. That's since left Whitby. It went to Scarborough, it's now left Scarborough, so somewhere in the world now, I don't know where it is. So have a look out for that if it's in your locale. So yeah, thank you very much, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.